is not new story. The story of this little boy was already shared in Davao City way back 2018. Okay? Nagpapaiyak ito ng maraming tao. Okay? The story of Sam Andre Gamboa, 4-year-old, actually brought all the people inside the hotel. No, I think Manday Hotel. I forgot. It really, all the people inside that hotel was actually crying. Pobre ang magulang ni Sam, Andre Gamboa, and at 4-year-old, grabe, he was diagnosed with a liver cancer. Grabe. He has a kidney cancer, and lahat ng yung dalawang yon are end stages. So, habang lumalaki ang tiyan niya, okay, sige, habang lumalaban si Andre, next slide po. Andre is a resident of Magpit, Cotabato. Okay? If you notice, makita mo, lumaki yung tiyan niya. And dalawa kasi no? Parang nagmetastasis agad yung kanyang liver cancer sa kanyang kidney. Kaya nga, every time na iihi siya, during 2018, sisigaw talaga yung bata. Iiyak talaga ang bata. Kasi yung iniihi niya is, what's this? Nana. What's this, nana? Okay? May mga, may mga, combination of dugo and what's this, nana, ha? Abscess. Okay, I'm sorry. Abscess. Lumalabas sa kanyang penis. As early as 4-year-old, the boy was actually in a magnitude of pain. At an early age of 4, the boy learned to call for help the name of Jesus Christ. No? Every time na iihi siya, kailangan niyang sumigaw, Lord, iihi ako. Pero Bisaya siya, iihi ako, tulungan mo ako. Kasi lalo po na magiging sobrang sama yung kanyang pakiramdam kung hindi naman siya makaihi. Maliban sa tuwing kakain siya, isusuka na niya ito, tuwing iihi siya, ramdam niya yung sobrang pain. So kung ikaw nanay during the time, parang my God, paano mo ma-sustain yung daily na nakikita mo na yung bata actually sobrang in pain. Wala naman silang magagawa kasi sumusuko na yung doktor sa kanila. Yung graceful na pagsuko ba na wala nang magagawa yung doktor? Unang-una, walang magawa ang doktor kasi pobre si Sam. Mahirap ang pamilya, wala talagang pera. Until one day, this group of, grupo ni Ray Puentes. Ray Puentes is an advocate from General Santos City. And somebody whispered into his ear na sabi na, Ray, may bata doon na ganito ang case. So, gibiyahin nila from Jensen all the way to Magpit. I think that's 4 hours, 3 or 4 hours. That's the heart of an advocate of Riway International. That is your heart. That is our heart. Now, whenever we hear people who are actually suffering, makinig o hindi, ganun tayo ka. No? We have the courage to really to present and share for Tierra Santa. So, nung napuntahan nila ang bata, they're actually praying. Narinig nila na the boy was actually praying. And as you see it in his picture right now sa screen, alam mo that the boy is in pain. Alam mo that the boy is in need of help. Alam mo that the boy is hopeless and helpless. But God was so good in the life of Sam when the team of Ray Puentes visited the boy. And wala mang pambili, sinimulan nila sa 15 kakapsula lang. 15 kapsula that totally excrete all the abscess in his body from the liver down to his kidneys. That after a month of using Fortier placenta, hindi siya pwedeng gumamit ng napakarami, kundi kunti lang. No? one in the morning and one in the evening. Can you see the smile of Sam? Nakita niyo na? Yung tuwa niya? Can you see what happened to the grabe na nga dako kaayo nga tiyan niya, sobrang laking tiyan? Everything was executed, no? This is how the natural ways approach. Ang approach ng Portio Placenta is to first excrete all the basura that's inside our body. And in Sam's life, in his journey, it was eventually excreted. I do not know what happened, but I do not have the authority how God intervened in the life of Sam, that after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, the boy went back to his very normal life. Can we give a virtual applause again to the story of Sam? Pwede nating palakpakan, another virtual applause. Okay? God is so good. Really very, very good. Sobra. He loves us and He showed us in different directions. Kaya na tayo, our job is I think, one of the highest profession on earth today. Saving lives, changing lives, transforming lives. Be proud that you are Riway because that is your job today. Providing comfort, recovery, and healing. So that is our job. One among the, noble and highest profession in earth. When you eventually, ikaw ang dahilan, you are used by God, you are the channel today to give some, a wonderful life again, to give Bapak the hope to live again, free from AIDS, and to give Leopoldo Toledo the chance to live a normal life without pain, no? Walang burdens. So that's our job. That is our job. And nobody today, I think, if you talk about Portier Placenta, if you are still in a nasa state ka pa sa pagdududa, nandun ka pa sa duda and then the takot. Kasi why we still have the fear? Because the doctors today, only few among them actually believe the natural way of healing. All of them are still focusing on the clinically tested na mga synthetic drugs available ngayon end-to-end ng buong mundo. They are focusing and believing, trusting on the clinically tested na mga synthetic drugs. But the truth of the matter is, synthetic drugs are designed only to address symptoms. Na kung ikaw ngayon, meron kang diabetes, ang synthetic drugs, okay, uulitin ko lang again and again, that the drugs for your diabetes is just a maintenance to maintain, no, na hindi mag-shoot up. And after that, maintaining, wala naman talang gagawing healing. And if you go on the other end, the natural way, like Portier Placenta today, this is not clinically proven, tested drug, but this is science-based. This is formulated and was declared science-based on how this Portier Placenta today can help the patient or can help any condition to bring back your body into its perfect shape and a perfect condition. That's, I think, the simplest way. Na if you talk about Portier, hindi siya gamot. But it can help the body, every parts of the organ. This Portier Placenta can help the body to, parang ibalik niya sa dati. Ibalik niya sa dating kondisyon yung puso mo, yung liver mo, yung kidney mo. Now, before the Portier Placenta can truly bring back your kidney into its perfect condition, marami pa siyang unang gagawin sa'yo. Ino-normalize mo na niya all the highs. Kaya patutulogin ka ng mahimbing. Today, cancer is no longer a threatening, disease. Because with this fourth year placenta and a million stories of malignant cancer patient who were able to recover and live a comfortable life. Lives were extended, nawawala yung kanilang pain, and it gives them, the joy to live a happy life again. That is fourth year placenta. And if you are, ngayon ako o ikaw, we all suffering, no? Suffering for one reason. Because what awaits us outside was rejections. Ang naghihintay sa akin sa labas are actually thousands of rejections. Bakit? Kasi hindi tayo doctor. Kasi hindi tayo mga medical, hindi tayo medical doctor. People for so many years, okay, they are placing their trust and belief to a medical doctor in terms of, our health. But later, this whole generations today actually understand already that how this, clinically tested works against our fourth year placenta. We cannot provide people with clinical studies. But eventually, every day, we can provide people real stories coming from real people who are actually suffering, who are in pain for so many years. Today, the question is, before you're gonna place your trust on a medical doctor, I advise you, ladies and gentlemen, to act like a medical doctor first for yourself, para sa inyong sarili. Do not just simply submit yourself to a medical doctor who doesn't even know the magnitude of pain that you are already suffering, that you already encountering. Be the first doctor of yourself. Ikaw ang magiging unang doctor para sa sarili mo. And for, Riway, I am so proud. I am so proud dahil ako, I benefited the product. Ngayon, medyo nasa crisis tayo. But eventually, I am so grateful again and again and again that I've met fourth year placenta. I am also grateful because I know it was God who caused me to really listen as it was being shared to me by Rex Bucalaw 2016. And thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for, life. May isa lang akong isi-share. This was shared to me this early morning. I hope na lahat tayo may today we have a new learning. That's always our hope, no? Our prayer that every time now we are inside the meeting room having this OPP, may mga new learning tayo that eventually can renew as well our courage and our, parang energy to share what your placenta.
Beautiful name it is. Okay, sunod.
What a beautiful name, the name of Jesus Christ, my King.
Saman, sa pamandayon.
Yeah. Andre is a resident from San Francisco, Agusan del Sur. I think few kilometers away from where I also grew up in Agusan del Sur. And the sharer of Andre was Judge Jingjing Talotalo. And they grow up under his lola's care. For some reason, lumaki siya na ang lola niya ang nag-alaga sa kanya. He grew up with no signs of, parang problem about the brain. He is very smart, he is strong, parang napaka-normal na bata siya. The mother, the lola, actually was a pharmacist and working at Mercury Drug in San Francisco, Agusan del Sur. Until one day, nag-seizure po siya. Nag-seizure and then madalas na, very often na yung kanyang nahihilo siya. So, the lola brought her to the hospital. Andre then was just 13 years old eh. 13 years old siya nung na-detect, na-diagnose na meron siyang brain tumor. And siguro dahil pharmacist yung mother, lola, at saka yung mother naman walang trabaho, for the lola, it's really a big no for chemo and radiation. And she was actually praying. Wala naman tayong magawa, no? Pag may sakit, yung pinakamamahal mong apo. May kasabihan nga tayo nga, ang apo, mas closer sa heart ng isang lola. Ang apo, mas matindi pa, no, yung relationship niya sa kanyang lola. Siguro dahil yung nanay, nung lumaki na nawawala na yung bonding, pero yung bata, yung apo kasi, lalo na sa lola, really very, very close. And can you imagine the pain, no? The pain that the lola was actually, experiencing. 13-year-old, 14-year-old, and 15-year-old. So parang every time na sasakit yung ulo niya, parang gusto niyang ibagok ito kasi sobrang sakit talaga. And the optic nerve, tulad ng nangyari ng first yearer, dahan-dahan po siyang naiipit doon sa lumalaki na tumor. So yung mata ng bata, yung mata niya, unti-unting nako-close o hindi naman siya bulag, pero hindi na niya ito maibuka. And then, mga 15-year-old na siya, he was no longer able to stand, hindi na siya, bedridden si Andre. And the lola was still hoping for miracle. The lola was reading the Bible to Andre, reading stories of miracle after miracle that the Lord God had been, doing years ago. And he was trying to, influence her apo na, God is very much able to help you, that God is very much able to heal you. And then, suddenly, Jingjing, the judge, makwento yun no? Sa Mercury Drug. Then, while, I think she bought gamot there, and nakausap niya yung one of the tendera. I don't know how it happened. Basta, the lola, it is the manager of the Mercury Drug came out and then talked to Jingjing about Portier Placenta. Kasi matagal na pala niya naririnig ang Portier, it's just that wala siyang mabilhan. Kasi tayo naman, no, we are not exactly, we are not a commodity available in anywhere. Available lang tayo sa mga tao talaga, ng mga advocates. So, to make the story short, Jingjing immediately leave a bottle of Portier Placenta. She went to the house with the lola, and then while looking at the pasyente, look at the pain. Kahit makakainin siya, you can still see, no? You can still see the pain that Andre at a very young age was actually suffering. Tayo ulit-ulit natin sinasabi na people of today lives too short, and die too long. But for him, kay Andre, so young to really experience the magnitude of pain brought by a brain tumor. So, tuloy-tuloy ang inuman, parang 6 capsules lang. Dalawa in the morning, dalawa sa tanghali, and then dalawa in the afternoon. After 3 months of using fourth year placenta, Andre could manage na to sit down. Next picture, please. Okay. Can you see it? Okay. Nakita nyo? From a bedridden, no chemo, no radiation. If you are still in doubt with fourth year placenta right now, maybe that's the reason for you to, parang medyo hesitant kang mag-share sa fourth year placenta. I tell you, you just join the OPP every Wednesday and I'll be giving you amazing stories just like Andre. No chemo, no radiation, only fourth year placenta in 3 months time. Okay, nakita mo, nakakaupo na siya. And he looks better, far better than the previous years na nakakonfine lang siya sa kanyang kama. It's different when Andre na sana ang mag-share, but I will ask him to share. Wala siyang signal kasi. Cellphone is not allowed to Andre. Okay? This is a part of the training na naintindihan ng lola na any form of radiation, any form of pollution, bawal kay Andre. So, while the lola is working at the Mercury Drug, nobody could ever, replace the position of Andre to personally share his story. After 6 months, miracle happened. God answered prayer. 6 months of using fourth year, this is Andre today. Can we give an applause to the Lord? Okay, can we give an applause? Applause, why? Because it is true. Nothing, yes. Applause, please. Nothing is impossible with God. Nothing is too hard and too difficult with Him. The first, formula that God was moved from His throne to reach out Andre was the faith of the Lola. The Lola never gave up. The Lola continued to pray without ceasing. The Lola was not just praying, but the Lola tried to convince herself. Pinapaniwala niya ang sarili niya, God would soon heal her apo. A heart that truly trusts the Lord. A heart that truly depended on the Lord. The Lord moved and He caused madaldal na Judge Jingjing to share fourth year placenta inside Mercury Drug. And today, the boy is still using fourth year placenta. Umiinom pa rin siya ng fourth year, 1 in the morning and 1 in the evening for her maintenance. You see, that is how good the product in front of you. That is how effective fourth year placenta. I was enjoying how GL Partosa or Lloyd Partosa sharing the product earlier because I knew that some of us inside the meeting room were able to grasp, were able to learn something from his sharing. And today is truly a good day. Today is a blessed day. Sharing the 2 amazing stories. Grabe, 2 amazing stories. I know na all of you, lahat tayo, are now, a bit encouraged, or we have that strength already to bring more people, to invite more people through this meeting room. I believe na today we have already discussed, no? Ang taas ng ano natin ngayon, ng kumpiyansa sa sarili. Ang taas ng tiwala natin ngayon sa Portier Placenta because of the two amazing stories shared this very OPP. That is why I am calling each and everyone. If you are part of Team Ben or part of the Team Kayumanggi or part of Railway Philippines, I am encouraging you to really collect all the stories that you encounter and bring them inside this forum to really help us, first and foremost, help us to build so much trust and belief to Portier Placenta. I think wala nang ibang rason na magpatumpik-tumpik ka pa. I think wala ka nang takot na mag-share sa Portier Placenta. Kahit sino pang mga doktor ang maghahanap sa'yo ng clinical studies. Okay? Clinical studies are just papers. But the stories that was shared to us just now are the story of real people in real pain and now experiencing real healing and recovery. Ilang beses ko nang sinabi na the Lord God knows our need. Before we gonna open our eyes, our mouth, God knows the true and true of your heart. He really knew our problem today. And illness is one among the biggest problem, not just in the Philippines, but all over the world. And our God is not abusive Father. He's not the God that recalls all our mistakes. In fact, He is the God that always offers us mercy every day. And today, if you talk about illness, if you talk about sickness, if you talk about health problem today, the only way that can provide you healing and recovery is when you start to open your heart, to open your mind. That God will continue to sustain us. He will provide us in His own special way to reach out and to solve our problem. And today, if you talk cancer, if you talk about diabetes and its different complications, if you talk about kidney, chronic kidney problems, if you talk of any different kind of degenerative diseases, Portier Placenta is the only solutions. And since Portier is the only available solutions today, not in our very home, but all over the world, I think it is more than enough to give us the courage, to give us this inspiration to really get out from the box. Just like what the second sharer kanina, Scotty, okay? Nag-alangan kasi siya no? Nag-alangan, kulang sa paniniwala sa product. Kasi kung ako ang nag-share maybe sa batang yon, pwede kong isugal yung 15,000 ko Have the patient, dadaan muna tayo ng CT scan because I knew how Portier Placenta works, how effective Portier Placenta. But then again, wala tayong magawa. Okay? Nobody stand up in behalf of Portier Placenta during those times. In the case of the second testimony, it was Judge Jingjing. Nilaban niya, and she usually tapped the shoulder of the Lola. Sabi niya, huwag kang mag-alala, gagaling ang apo mo. And true enough, that faith of the sharer, Jingjing, Jingjing Talo-Talo, contributed so much in the heart of the Lola to really believe that Portier placenta is a miraculous live cell therapy. And so today, hindi lang silang dalawa, no? There are a lot of stories. Lot of stories being told, a lot of stories, amazing stories are being shared. So, we are all blessed tayo. Sobrang blessed tayo. Why? Because we are part of these blessings. Tayo po ay parte ng blessing na napakalaki through Riway International, Riway Philippines, and of being an advocate of Portier Placenta. I have my own story to tell. You have your own story to share. Many have their own story to tell. So ano po bang gagawin natin? Let us unite today, lalong-lalo na. Let us unite and let us borrow strength. Let us learn from another story and let us be all together be equipped and empowered. And ladies and gentlemen, let us dominate Philippines. May idagdag ako na kwento kasi on the second time na our CEO was sharing to us, he actually inspired each and everyone, all the advocate, to make use and to maximize stories at YouTube, no? Sa YouTube, okay? Then finally, I was reminded again after David Yu, today I'll be sharing a different story. Why? Kasi halos every time na may OPP tayo, the common, testimonies na narinig natin was about cancer, diabetes, sakit sa puso, and dialysis. Today, in addition to how Portier placenta works with people who are infected with COVID-19 virus, okay? We all know na Portier placenta can truly, work hand in hand with a patient infected with COVID-19. We have plenty of testimonies already. A COVID-19 virus, Portier placenta, responded. No? Nag-respond siya. Buong mundo ngayon, pinag-uusapan na ang isang embryonic or a live cell therapy approach for COVID-19 patients. And true enough, for how many OPP now, we're talking about it na it really works, no? But today, another form of, kanang amazing, no, sickness na that Portier placenta were able to help was a story of a chronic na parang okay. Bapa, he's not Bapa, okay? I have seen him personally. Okay? Nakikita ko siya. He's from Indonesia. Bapa kasi joined our international gatherings already. And he was once introduced to me by Raymond Tong. So I saw him physically. Bapa was diagnosed with contracting AIDS. If you talk about contracting, ibig sabihin, an end states of AIDS. End states ng AIDS. If you look at him in your screen right now, parang wati na lang, no? Wati na lang. Kung sa mga Tagalog ngayon, ano ba yung wati? Isang perma na lang ang kailangan. Butot balat na lang siya. With all the medications, okay? Ang lahat ng medical science approach ngayon, I think ginagather nila ngayon to somehow address this contracting AIDS. But eventually, up to this point of time, there is no specific na gamot for this contracting AIDS. Okay? There's a kind of, that creates as well a lot of complications. But, can you still remember David Yu? David Yu was the one, who shared portier placenta to Bapa. And not 6 months, but of course, from day 1 to 6 months, the portier placenta contributed a lot. No? It gives so much parang encouragement to Bapa to continue to use portier placenta dahil nakikita niya yung improvement, yung development sa katawan niya. I think that was the number one reason why Bapa has to use portier placenta for 2 years. Until 2 taon siyang gumagamit nito. Up to now, gumagamit pa rin. Pero if you mean healing and recovery, it took him 2 years, no, of religiously using portier placenta until his doctor declares him, okay, free from AIDS, free from all other complications. Okay? Libre na siya. Now, I want to thank again this video of sharing this amazing story about the contracting AIDS. Kasi eventually today, as an advocate or a distributor, it can help us again grow our understanding and increase our wisdom on how to share portier placenta to people with somehow na in case may mga AIDS kayong kakilala. So, hindi tayo stagnant. Hindi lang tayo nakafocus ngayon sa 10 common deadly diseases. Kung hindi, there are a lot of diseases pa na we need to know, we need to discover that portier placenta can also help those people. So thank you for sharing. Thank you for the story of Bapa, because I knew that inside the meeting room or the war room today, there are still few people who were not able to listen about the story of Bapa, the contracting AIDS. Today, he is actively working with Riway International in Indonesia and continuously sharing his story and placing him now to become an elite in Riway Indonesia.
Wow. About Neil Delante. Neil Delante is basically from Carmen. And I knew him because he owns my dog, one of my dogs, na sila ang owner. And then, actually, wala lang. Kasi nga, friends, neighbors namin sa Carmen and all. But then again, one afternoon, yung tita ng partner ko nagsabi na, uy, alam nyo ba, Neil is in the hospital. So we thought na okay lang, na parang di masyadong grabe and all. But then again, he was actually, he spent 1 week already in Danao City. No, Danao City sa kanilang hospital doon, na regional hospital sa Danao for 1 week. What happened was, he was actually having para bang training for the youth, kasi nga itong batang ito naman kasi may plano, may parang youth advocate siya kung ano-ano na para hindi lang mapunta sa masama yung mga young or mga youth sa Carmen, especially in Luyang, no? So he was actually part of the training doon sa may kung saan-saang probinsya. Siguro doon niya nakuha yung virus na cause na kung bakit may nana na yung brain niya. At first talaga, nag-ano lang daw siya, nag-seizure, and then nag-nosebleed siya, and then nag-unconscious. So kaya dinala siya doon sa Danao District Hospital. So pagdating doon, kasi provincial hospital, siguro walang masyadong gamit para sa test and all, sinabihan sila na umuwi after a week kasi nga medyo na okay na din naman siya. So pinauwi na siya. Without 24 hours, again, nag-seizure siya, tapos nag-collapse na, again, nag-bleed na yung nose niya, tsaka yung mouth niya. So everybody in Luyang was even thinking na baka he's dead, kasi nga unconscious, tapos weak na yung niya yung vital signs niya. So they rushed him again sa Danao. At this time, hindi na siya tinanggap sa Danao na General Hospital or District Hospital. Hindi na siya tinanggap doon. So nagdiretso na sila dito sa city, sa community hospital na siya dinala. So, actually, we met him in the hospital. 3rd week na pala niya doon sa community hospital. Magpo-4th week na ata. Oh yeah, magpo-4th week na siya doon. And then, the time na nagpunta kami, it's actually almost 9 p.m. na, di ba bawal na sa hospital mag-visit ng 9? Para bang, God really, para bang we were guided talaga kasi I was talking with Ron that time. Sabi ko, Sir Ron, kasi nga, Neil is only my second client. Siya pa yung second client ko noon. So, wala pa akong masyadong idea. Para bang, I'm not yet that confident to share about the product, pero alam ko deep inside sa akin, this could help him. Kasi nga, I've joined sharing already, nakita ko na yung mga testimonies and also, alam ko na this could help him a lot. So yung nasa slide na yan ngayon na picture, if you can see, that's the 4th, that was actually the end of the 3rd week eh. Papunta na yan ng 4th week na siya dyan. And then sa picture, hindi masyadong clear yung kulay niya. Pero yung kulay niya talaga parang ng yellowish na siya. Tapos yung eyes niya hindi na masyadong dumidila. Tapos yung later part na nagsishare siya sa amin na okay na siya. Actually, galit pala siya sa amin that time. Kasi nga, ang ingay namin. And then kami ni Sir Ron nagpunta doon. Tapos talaga when we arrived, we saw the parents na yung mga mata ba na mamaga, para bang galing sa pag-iyak. Kasi pala, before we arrived, they were praying and talagang para bang si Neil, final, na siya eh, parang, kung sa Bisaya pa, namilin. Kasi nga, pala, earlier that day, the doctor approached them and then sinabihan na sila na they have to prepare at least 350,000 lang for the operation. Kasi nga, bibiyakin na yung ulo niya. Kasi the doctor kasi scared na baka pag mag-burst yung yung nana, mas mahirapan sila and then baka magkumato siya or baka malala he will die, no? And then that time actually kami din akala din namin na they will go home na. Kasi nga, naka-empake na yung bags nila sa gilid. And then, actually, that time pala, after their meeting and discussion, tapos nagpaalam na si Neil, tapos para bang, ang sakit-sakit, di ba, parents na mag-isip ka na ikaw yung mag-aano sa anak mo, maglilibing if ever mangyari, di ba? Ang sakit nun eh. So, sila mag-asawa talagang umiyak. Then yung isang brother niya, si Mark andun din, they were crying at the same time while they are praying na wag gano'n, na meron pang hope talaga. Pero si Neil talagang letting go. He asked his parents to let go na kasi nakita niya wala na silang pera. Yung bill nila sa hospital, they still need at least 100,000 plus so that they can go eh. So that time, buti na lang yung doctor sabi, sige, to help you, i-refer ko kayo sa Soto. Kasi nga, sa Soto, wala namang bayad pag mag-surgery sa brain. So yun pala yung ginawa nila, bakit naka-empake? Kasi they will be transported to Vicente Soto na. Kasi nga, after few days, parang i-surgery na siya doon. So, on the screen right now, you can see, yan yung niya, yung white na parang line na mahaba. At first, konti lang, di ba? Dito sa 1, 2, 3, 4th column niya, parang ang laki-laki na. Yun yung scared ng doctor na baka mabutasan or baka mag-burst siya, mag-erupt siya, mahirapan na kasi nga yung brain natin parang ang daming mga kanal-kanal kumbaga, di ba? So baka mahirapan kasi yan eh, liquid yan ang nana. So yun, so they decided na na talaga sa Soto kasi yung mama niya, hindi talaga nag-let go yung mama niya. Yung mama niya talaga yung may hope. And then yung hope na yun during their prayers or one way or another, yun yung nagpapunta sa amin doon. Without knowing na pagdating namin talagang kung hindi siguro kami dumating, the next day talagang siguro wala na siya. Kasi nga makita mo yung eyes niya swell at saka yung, di ba, blurry, parang cloudy, parang ganun yung mata niya. Tapos mafe-feel mo talaga ang bigat sa loob ng room, parang iba talaga yung aura. And then I even hold back my tears kasi nga when Sir Ron put out, parang nilabas ni Sir Ron yung bottle sa bag, Tapos, nag-discuss siya regarding it. Kasi nga, of course, we need also the family's permission, lahat. And of course, yung trust talaga ng family na why we are there because we wanted to help. Nung inaction na ni sir na ibalik yung bottle sa bag, sa isip ko talaga, bahala na. Ako ang mag take charge ng bottle kahit ako mag-utang, parang ako it's under me, ako nang bahala, parang ako na kahit anong mangyari, I have to leave the bottle ngayong gabi. So, same pala kami ng iniisip ni Sir Ron. So, ang sa kanya lang talaga is just to see kung talaga bang yung family is, yung makita ba na may little hope lang na at trust sa amin. So, since we build already a relationship sa family before Neil, kasi nga, relative din sila ng partner ko. So, yun, wala silang objection and all. Hindi nila iniisip kung ano. Then kami din, iniwan namin. So, that time na paalis na kami, pinainom namin siya ng 2 capsules. Tapos, nag-uusap pa, ganun. Hindi namin namalayan, tulog na pala siya. So, nung nakita namin na, uy, he need to rest, we have to go. What's amazing, the following day, the mom called Sir Ron, and then she also called me up. Umiiyak si Ate May. So I was thinking, hala, baka natiurok or baka napatay na si Neil. That was really my thought. So sabi ko, hala, baka wala na yung bata. Sabi ko, so, pero, kahit na umiiyak siya sa phone, she's thanking us. Sabi niya, Kat, salamat kaayo ni Arigyud mo gabi. Kaya it was the first time that Neil was able to sleep straight, na nagwa 1 month na sila sa hospital, na walang enough na tulog si Neil, pati din yung family niya. Kasi nga, of course, if you will be in the hospital na nagbabantay sa may sakit, hindi ka talaga din makatulog. So the whole family was able to sleep straight. Na ginising na lang sila ng nurse, kasi nga, it's time for Neil's medicine na already. So, parang they were so happy and glad. So, that was the positive thing. Pero then, yung doctor talaga nag-insist talaga na they have to do the surgery. So, yun, the next day, nag-transfer na sila. After 2 days pa, nag-transfer na sila doon sa Soto. Sinamahan namin doon, nagpunta kami doon, and all. So, and then, nakaubos na si Neil pala ng 12 capsules before sila dumating sa Soto. Nakaubos na siya ng 12 capsules. So imagine this, kung from Cebu ka, you know what is Vicente Soto. Yung emergency room nila, ang daming tao. Mag-aaway pa yung mga guardian na para makakuha ng stretcher or even wheelchair. So thankfully, nakakuha din sila ng wheelchair, kaso nga lang, wala siyang parang ano ba yung sa likod na magsandal ka doon. Wala eh. Talagang nakaupo lang si Neil. And then for 2 days, walang medicine na ina-apply sa kanya kasi nga nag-transfer na sila sa Soto eh. Only 4th year ang ano niya, tinitake niya. And then sila pa yung worried yung parents niya, baka magsakit na naman yung ulo niya. Eh hindi eh, siya pa yung nagtatanong, ma, okay lang kayo? Siya pa yung nagtatanong sa mga tao kung okay sila. Eh siya nakaupo siya, he's okay. And then nakita nga siya ng resident doctor. Sabi ng resident doctor, hindi naman to uoperahan na mukha. Wala naman itong sakit. Kasi nga, nag-glow yung mukha niya, tapos ang lakas kumain. Sabi ko nga, uy, inainay lang sa kain. Sabi ko, inainay lang, kasi you're still in the hospital. We still don't know, ha? Tapos hindi pa namin sinasabi sa doctor. So after 2 days, that's the time na nakakuha sila ng room doon sa PhilHealth ward. So thankfully, nakapasok sa PhilHealth ward and all. So pagpasok namin doon, it was a Thursday. We were in school. Me and Sir Ron was in school. Tapos, tumawag si Mami, si Ate May pala, umiiyak. Sabi ko, bakit ate? Tapos exam pa noon, midterm. So sabi ko kay Sir Ron, sir, baka ikaw mauna kasi nga wala siyang class na inaano. So ako, may klase. So, pero nagsabay din kami pumunta kasi nga I really wanted na mapuntahan namin siya that time. Kasi nga, that morning, uupirahan na si Neil. Kasi nga, nag-insist talaga yung surgeon niya na we have to. Kasi binigyan sila ng 3 reasons sa doktor bakit uupirahan. Unang-una, nung nag-transfer sila sa Soto, 2 days na walang medications na nag-take si Neil. Walang nabigay kung ano-ano from the hospital. Scared ang doktor na baka may nangyari na, ganon. Second, out of 40 patients na operahan that day, inuuna siya. Inuna talaga siya. Kasi nga, that's how delicate yung sitwasyon niya. And then the third thing is, yung MRI niya, CT scan, na July 6 nila nakuha, Tapos, yun nga, grabe na talaga yung nana. So, pero that time, nung dumating kami, umiiyak na yung mama niya, tapos, yung doctor na assistant surgeon, talagang nag-insist na talaga. Tapos, andyan si Neil sa harap. And then, parang nagdi-discuss yung family kasi yung mama niya gusto sana, before biyakin yung ulo, mag-CT scan muna. Kasi, feeling niya, talaga, may changes na kasi, physically, even doctors na resident, sabi talaga hindi na for operation pero nga yung result ng ang dami kasing rason ng doktor. So, na-stress yung bata nung narinig niya yung mga discussion sa doktor, sa mama niya tsaka papa, sumiyak pa yung kapatid niya. So, parang na-stress siya, sumakit yung ulo niya. And then sabi niya, "Ma, wag na. Go na tayo sa operation, tapos bahala na anong mangyari, basta ganito, namili na naman, na kung tatanggapin na lang, ganun. Tapos ako talaga parang yung heart ko talagang, kasi nga, kami ni Sir Ron, ako din, personally, iniisip ko, the last decision kasi, we are only the third party, tapos family, tapos ang akin din is bago pa ako sa 4th year, ganun, so yung para bang, hindi pa ako fully talaga 100% na ganun kasi I still need more na parang proof na ganito ganyan, pero at the end of the day kasi the family should decide. It's not us, it's not Sir Ron, it's not even who will decide. The family kasi nga, and of course yung patient. Ito pang malala. Pinapirma nila ng waiver ang patient. Nawala siya sa pinapirma nila without the parents. Kasi nga, yung parents that time, before the operation, nagpunta ng simala, nagpray and all. Yung kapatid lang niya na yun, tas tulog pa. Pinapirma pala siya ng waiver na pwede siya operahan. So yun na. Di wala kaming magawa. Tapos sana mag-CT scan. Sira din yung CT scan ng Soto. Hiningian sila again ng 15,000. So wala naman kasing pera. Diba? So yun na. In short, naoperahan. So, nag-explain na yung doctor. Talagang pumunta yung doctor na surgeon niya talaga. Hindi yung assistant na kasi natagalan man yung assistant. So, nagpunta na talaga yung surgeon kasi nga, bakit ang tagal? Ganito, ganyan. Tapos, kami din ni Sir Ron, nag-research kung sino yung doctor na yon, kung okay lang ba. And then, may mga kakilala naman si Sir doon sa hospital. So, we asked if this surgeon is really okay and good and all. So, sabi nga, okay naman. So, he's in good hands daw. Ganun, ganun. Okay, so sige. So, explain ng doctor na after 5 hours pa siya makarecover. Kasi nga, of course, brain, di ba? So, 5 hours yung recovery niya after operations, and then it would take 6 to 1 year. 6 months to 1 year pa siya magsistay sa hospital to fully recovered. No? Yun yung sinasabi. Kasi nga, yung sa PhilHealth ward, if makikita nyo, yung mga naoperahan sa utak, grabe, ang laki-laki, parang alien. Parang mga hydrocephalus sila, ang laki, tas nag-swell yung mga mata, yung mga ganun ba? So, I was thinking, hala, baka magmukhang ganyan si Neil. Pero hindi. We're praying and all. And with God's grace and blessing, after 3 hours, pinatawag yung mama niya doon sa recovery room. Kasi nga, gumising yung bata. Diba sabi 5 hours. After 3 hours, gumising. Tapos, prepare man yun sila ng blood para abono. Hindi sila nakaabono ng blood. Ganon, wala. Yung tinawag yung mama kasi nga nakagising na yung bata. Tapos naghanap ng mama, umiiyak. Kasi nga nakita niya, surroundings niya, ang dami nila pala doon sa loob, nakahubad. Tapos ang laki-laki ng mga ulo. Tapos parang he was scared kung tapos ang lamig-lamig. Gusto niya na ng blanket ba. Tapos tinawag ng nurse, tapos nag-transfer na siya doon sa ibang recovery room kasi ang ingay. Ang ingay na niya, baka makadisturbo siya sa ibang pasyente. And then after, hindi nag-end ang one day, pinunta na siya sa PhilHealth ward. Tapos doon makikita mo talaga yung mga kasabayan niya, ang grabe talagang nangyari. Pero sa kanya, what's amazing, yung doctor na even nagsabi, no need na kayong bumili ng pang-dressing ng niya, sugat sa ulo kasi nga after operation talagang hindi siya moist at nagdikit agad yung yung skin. Nagdikit agad yung skin. Pero of course, the operation nung biniyak na natamaan yung nerve niya dito sa left left eye, dito sa my eyebrow, hindi niya maangat kasi nga naputol yung nerve. As in, makikita mo talaga, di ba? Dito may mga nerves yan. Pag i-shave natin yung ulo, ang daming nerves makikita. So what happened then, yung doctor, na-amaze kasi after 3 days lang, pinaligo na siya, after 3 days. Tapos yung ayaw maligo, yung mama niya, kasi nga baka daw pumasok yung mga tubig dito. Sabi ng doktor, wala na yan, okay na yan, tingnan nyo. Dikit na yung skin, wala na yan, hindi na yan mag-aano pa, sabi. Tapos, pumunta sa CR mag-isa. Tapos yun yung scared nila, baka kasi brain naman di ba? Pero hindi, wala siyang after 3 days talaga. And then, yun, yung nasa screen right now, yung una, di ba, medyo may suction pa, hindi yan tinanggal ka agad yung suction kasi wala namang lumalabas din. So, yun, nakangiti na siya. Yung buhok niya ang bilis tumubo. And then, after the next slide, please. Ano yung next slide natin? Yan na is actually, the operation happened a Thursday, and then that is actually a Saturday the next week na nagperma na sila ng waiver na uuwi. Kasi nga, ang bata, grabe naka-hyper. Siya pa yung pupunta sa nurse station para sabihan ang nurse na, nurse, tapos na yung antibiotic ko. Kasi nga naman, ewan ko kung anong nangyari sa kanila, he was under antibiotics for 2 months. As in, for 2 months. Kasi nga, hindi nila malalaman-laman kung ano talaga yung anong abscess or cause ng nana niya. And then this is what pains me, personally the most. After the operation kasi, di ba Sir JL, naturally, normally, pag after operation, i-explain sa doctor ano yung nakuha natin, ito yung nag-cause nito, ganyan. Walang explanation na ganun. Lumipad ng Manila yung doktor. Tapos yung it's negative pala. So walang laman yung utak na nana. Nabiyak na yung ulo It's really, ako umiyak talaga ako kasi nga yung mama niya umiiyak. Kasi nga, kung sana daw may pera, naka-CT scan, sabi ko nga din naman, no. If I only have that strong will talaga na hindi, makipag-away doon, hindi naman, baka mapriso pa ako doon, hindi man ako relative, hindi man din ako, pwede pa ako i-demanda ng scandal kasi baka ma-disturbo yung ibang pasyente, di ba? So it was really a big lesson for me. It was a turning point for me also as the sharer and as the parang accessory of yung kung ano si Neil ngayon. So the next slide please Sir Gab. We will see kasi nga after that time yung picture na nakita nyo na siya ng 4th year ganon. Actually that was the first day also we shared doon sa barangay nila. Na inedit on the spot ni Sir Ron, July 27, that was the Saturday, na inedit ni Sir Ron para ma-share doon sa kanila sa barangay nila. Kasi yung mama niya is, yung daycare teacher doon sa Luyang yung mama niya. And then they really signed the waiver. And then I don't know if until now nakuha na nila yung yung medical records kasi hindi ibibigay daw Wala silang medical certificate kasi nga nag-sign sila ng waiver na nag-let go and all. Tapos yung it's right now, yung sa akin lang after the operation, kinondisyon namin yung utak namin at saka yung utak ng family niya na at saka sa kanya na we will deal into the recovery. Since tapos na yon, di na mababalik. So let's deal with the recovery. So ngayon, ito na yung itsura niya. Nagsishare na din siya kung saan-saan. Ang taba-taba na din. Sabi ko nga, dahan-dahan sa pagkain kasi nga happy life na yung bata. Happy and then kahit sa munisipyo nila, nagsishare siya ng 4th year. Sinishare niya sa mga youth niya, lahat. Hindi pala makita. Okay. So, walang video? Okay, sige. It's okay. Makikita naman yun sa YouTube kasi I think someone posted it on YouTube, yung transformation talaga niya. And right now, actually I tried calling him yesterday. Kumustahin sana. Ang hirap talaga ng signal. Andun ngayon sa Toledo City. Tapos walang masyadong magandang signal sa bukid kasi naabutan sila ng lockdown doon sa bahay ng girlfriend ng kuya niya Supposed to be magsishare siya, kasama siya supposed to be sa mga events. Hindi na sila makabalik lockdown kasi doon sa Toledo, hindi sila pwede talaga lumabas unless you are medical staff and all. stricto ang Toledo City, so hindi sila makalabas. So yun, I was sharing in behalf of him. So I hope na sa mga andito ngayon, sa nakarinig sa sharing ko, I hope you're able to talagang hindi natin antayin na mangyari yun sa atin, no? I'm not saying na yung abscess or whatever, yung na or whatever, magkasakit ba? Just to say yes to what we are giving or sharing you right now. Kasi today is different than tomorrow eh. And then today is only the certain time we have. Tomorrow we don't know eh what will happen. But tomorrow is only the result of what we did today.
Ako nga po pala si Josie Tolentino, 48 years old, taga Quezon City. Isa po akong janitress. 2016 nung na-diagnose ako ng diabetes, pero nung mga panahon na yun, hindi ko po iniintindi yung mga sinasabi ng doktor. Kasi nga po, wala po akong nararamdaman ng isang sintomas sa katawan ko. Kaya tuloy-tuloy pa rin po yung mga pagbabawal na hindi pwede sa diabetes ay siya ko pong kinakain. Kaya noong 2018, dumating talaga sa punto na talagang si diabetes, nandito na po talaga sa sarili ko. Nagkaroon lamang po ako ng maliit na sugat sa aking kanang paa. Doon po nagsimula na na-infection po ako. Yung infection ko po na yun, umakyat sa hanggang pinakahita ko. Pagdating po dito sa pinakahita ko, magkaroon po siya ng kulani. Hanggang sa kinagabihan na yon ay naging on and off po yung lagnat ko. Kinakumbulsyon na po ako ng lagnat. Linggo na po nila ako nadala ng hospital. Pagdating ko po dun sa hospital, siguro automatic nilapatan ako ng doktor ng matalas na dosis ng antibiotic. Kaya po yung maga ko na nagsisimula sa pinakahita ko, umabot po sa hanggang sa pinakatalampakan ko, ay bumaba po sa binti ko. Kinaumagahan Lunes, nagulat na lang po ako na yung paa ko ito, yung binti ko na ito na walang kasugat-sugat, bigla pong nagputok-putok lahat po ng balat ko. Doon po nagsimula na lumala po yung mga sugat ko. Hindi po nagiging karaniwang sugat yon dahil sa nagbubutas-butas siya, talagang lumalala, nanganganak, hanggang sa 10 days po ako ng hospital, wala pong pagbabago yung mga sugat na yon. Ika-9 days ko po ng hospital na makilala ko po si Forget Placenta sa pamamagitan ni Ate Amy, na siyang kaibigan din po namin. At naibalita lang po ng kasamahan ko sa trabaho na ako po'y nasa ospital ng panahon na yun. Eh, agad niya po ako pinuntahan ng mga umaga na yon, pero hindi niya po alam kung ano na nangyari sa akin. Ang sinabi ko lang po sa kanya, mataas po yung sugar ko. Kasi po, itong buong binti ko na ito, binabalot ko ng benda ng doktor kasi po talagang hindi tumatagas po talaga yung tubig niya. Hanggang sa, kung nakikita nyo, nabubulok na po, naagnas na po talaga yung binti ko. Hanggang sa lumabas ako ng hospital, wala pa rin po pagbabago yung mga sugat ko. Bagamat yung sugar ko nung panahon na yun, nung pumasok ako, nagiging 400, bumababa man po ng mga panahon na nandun po ako sa hospital, hanggang 160, 150 lang po yung taas ng sugar ko. Kaya, kwento ni Ate Amy sa amin yung 4th placenta, pero hindi ko po iniintindi ng mga panahon na yon kasi nga po, pagkakaalam ko po talaga sa sarili ko noon ay wala po kaming pambili at ang unang-unang naisip ko po yung pambayad namin sa hospital. Kaya po, kinahaponan, binalikan niya ako, nakita po niya na yung picture ko na yan ay live na live po niyang pinicturan at isinend niya po yun sa pamilya kong nasa probinsya. Kaya nagulat po yung mga kapatid kong nasa probinsya na ganyan po pala kalala yung mga sugat ko. Kaya nag-usap sila ni Ate Amy at yung pamilya ko na nasa probinsya tungkol kay Fortier. Sa awa ng siguro ng mga kapatid ko, nagiging bukas lang ang isipan nila. Tinulungan po nila ako na makabili kay Fortier yung maliit naming kabuhayan na naiwan sa aming magulang namin. Yan lang po ang isinanla nila para po kami makabili kay Fortier. Sa tulong at awa ng Diyos, talagang malaki po ang aking pasasalamat sa Fortier. Sumampalataya po ako na dahil kung wala po si Fortier ng mga panahon na yon, baka siguro isa na po akong kandidato na isa na lang po ang paa. Pero salamat ng marami dahil sa kay Fortier, naisip ko rin po yung paa ko. At ito, ako ngayon sa harap nyo, dalawa po ang paa, nakakatayo, buhay na buhay at malakas na malakas. At sa ngayon, nakabalik na rin po ako sa aking trabaho. Kahit nagbabayad na lang po ako ng utang, at least tuloy pa rin po ang buhay at tuloy pa rin po ang laban. Maraming salamat po at magandang gabi sa inyong lahat.